This kid's fire.
What's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, What's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, brother,
Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of LBins. Usually in the mornings or the sort of midday time, but tonight we're coming at you with a slightly later episode of LBins, so everyone can everyone can sort of get over yesterday and have a proper think about where we are, where we go from here in the league, what we really truly feel. So as always, make sure you send it in your comments in the live chat. If you're watching back on replay, get your comments in down below. Make sure you smash a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel as well if you're new, as well as subscribe to Nobbins. His link is in the description momentarily. You just done a stream, Nobbins. Was it good, Bray?
Yeah, we had a chat about what I felt the tactics were from both sides. You know, whether it was a good strategy from both sides. You know, was a draw enough for Arsenal? Is it enough for City? Are City still in the race? We had a chat about, you know, Haaland. Did he play well or not? The substitutions. And yeah, obviously the context of the result on the remaining fixtures. And that's exactly what this stream is titled. You know, nine win streak needed. Can we do it? Would it even be enough? I'm sure we'll get into that and much more today. And we also just touched, like, you know, broader issues of like why have City been a bit blunt this season in attack. So yeah, good show.
Well, what's your sort of take on the league now then? So obviously we're currently 3 points behind Liverpool. Doesn't sound that bad. 9 games to go. We have an inferior goal difference though, which is obviously could be an issue if it comes down to goal difference. What's your sort of where are you at the moment in terms of league? Is it over? Some people are suggesting it's over. It's over. Sack Pep, sell Haaland. Well, surely you're not that extreme.
No. Look, never say die. Obviously, it's never over until it's over. It's not over until the bald man sings, etc. However, I was just asked then at the end of my show, you know, if you had to give it as a percentage chance, how confident are you'll win the title? I am bordering the end of my limits. I'm at like 10% chance that we can win the title now. And again, it's not even to do with the fact that do I think City can win 9 games in a row in the Premier League? Of course we can. We can do anything. It's the context not only of there being one rival ahead of us, it's the context of there being 2 rivals ahead of us. And it's the fact that, again, looking at the fixtures, can I see, I'll take Liverpool as the example, because obviously top of the table. Can I see Liverpool dropping 4 points more than us from now to the end of the season? Personally, I can't. It's not over, obviously. Like maybe Liverpool go on a bad run. And maybe United somehow hold them to a draw again. Maybe Everton beat them. Maybe West Ham beat them or hold them to a draw. In which case, obviously, anything can happen. But I think you would have to say the likelihood is unlikely, certainly. We're certainly not the favourites. Maybe we're second favourites. And I think that's fair. I'd say we're probably going to finish second. But I can't look past Liverpool. The fact that they've got arguably easier fixtures, better goal difference. They're going to improve on that goal difference playing Sheffield United at home. Their injury situation is clearing up. Like Salah's back, for example. Trent's going to be back soon. Alisson's going to be back soon. They haven't even really missed them. They haven't dropped that many points. They're only going to get better. And again, it's the fact that we haven't really clicked. So are we even going to win all our games? So that's where I'm at with it. Never say die. But if you want me to speak with my head tells me that Liverpool are going to win the title.
Yeah, I think obviously every week's big week, but I think this is a huge week. I think this is a really, really huge week because if you look at the games, we've got Aston Villa and Palace away. They're tricky matches. Villa are a good side. We've not beaten anyone in the top 5 this year, so statistically, that tells us we're probably not going to win. Hopefully we do. Palace away, 12:30 kickoff. That's going to be tough as well, and our record against Palace is a little sketchy at times. But if we can win both of those games, then who knows? Because unfortunately, guys, we are in a position where we now have to hope other teams do us a favour, right? So, if you're not prepared to have that conversation, this is probably not the stream for you. But if you look at Liverpool versus United, now personally, I think Liverpool will beat United. But listen, who knows? Who knows what United could do? Maybe United could do something there. Similarly, Brighton on the day can be a pretty decent team, and hopefully Arsenal will drop points there. We have to, unfortunately, guys, we are in a position now where we're hoping other teams do us a favour. So if we can win our next 2 games against Aston Villa and Palace, there is a chance that Liverpool and Arsenal could drop points against Man United and Brighton. Do I think they will? No, I don't. But we have to hope they're going to drop points somewhere. Because you can't. Otherwise, what's the point? You might as well just say like you don't think we're going to win the league, which I don't think we're going to win the league. But I'm still gonna, like Nobbins was saying, you still got to fight for it. You know what I mean? You still got to try. You still got to be optimistic. We're only 3 points off the top. So yeah, listen, this is going to be a big week. If we can get 6 points, we play that Crystal Palace game first as well. That's crucial because if we can beat Villa, I mean we have to beat Villa first anyway. If you don't beat Villa, it's over.
Yeah, forget it.
But if you beat Villa and then we put ourselves in a position to beat Crystal Palace, that does pile the pressure on Liverpool and Arsenal in 2 trickier games. You then look at the next game, Luton at home. That should be a win. In an ideal world, you would kind of want to be targeting some goals in that as well for the goal difference. Although personally, I feel that it's probably too late for goal difference at this point anyway. But you still got to trial it and then look again. Arsenal play Villa at home. So hopefully there's a potential there that Arsenal could slip up. After that, Fulham away, Wolves away. These are games that can be tricky. They can be tricky. However, when a team is in a position where they're literally going for the title in the last couple of weeks, you usually, like when we went to Wolves, was it last year or the year before when Kevin De Bruyne scored 4 goals or something?
Oh yeah, Wolves away, yeah.
Yeah, like these places are tricky to go, but if you're on it, like you should do it. After that, again, look, we all have difficult games then because Liverpool have got Everton away, Arsenal have got Chelsea, and we've got Brighton away. They're all tricky. You'd say we've got the easiest one, but again, another opportunity for points drop there. If you look after that, West Ham away for Liverpool, I think they'll be all right there. Tottenham away for Arsenal, again, another game, which Arsenal potentially might drop points in. Forest away, we should be winning. And then, to be honest with you, other than Spurs away, we should be winning the rest of those games. Liverpool still have Tottenham, Villa to play, and Arsenal still have United to play. So, that was a long explanation. I personally believe that there is still a chance of still a chance of City winning this league. But
Of course, yeah.
if we don't win our next 2 games, I'm calling it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. Look, that there will be opportunities because bar some extreme circumstances, every single team here is going to drop points. There is no way that Liverpool are finishing on 94 points this season. That would be obscene if that was the case, if they win 9 on the trot from now to the end of the season. Same with Arsenal, probably the same with City as well. So I do think everyone is going to drop points. It's just a question of will they drop enough points? And you know, can you take advantage of that when that moment inevitably comes? And I do think it will come for all three of these sides. But again, for me, it's the thing of, will they drop enough points? I personally don't see it, given how Liverpool have been playing this season. They walk this tightrope of going behind in games, but then they win anyway. Like, they've got like the most points from a losing position in the league this season. So you see them go 1-0 down, and it's like, well, that's irrelevant, because they'll just come back and win it anyway, because that's what they do this season. And the start of the season, up until like the midpoint, I was like, they can't keep doing this, surely. That's not sustainable. But it clearly is, because they've been doing it all season. So, yes, and now sadly we're in a situation where we need United to do us two favors, against Liverpool and Arsenal. We need West Ham to turn up. We need Spurs to maybe try to get something at Anfield. Everton to try to make that a tricky derby. Maybe even Villa away where they beat us and Arsenal, obviously. So look, never say never, never say die, but we are clearly, objectively in the worst position in terms of like this title race as things stand.
Yeah, if we're looking at Liverpool, they've effectively got, in terms of hope, Man United away. Yeah, we can hope that United can do something, although don't really have too much, faith there. Everton away, it's a derby. Quality
you never know.
Yeah, you never know, but quality-wise, they should batter him. Tottenham at home, I guess we can hope. I feel like they probably will beat Tottenham at home, but we can hope, and then Villa away. So for me, there is 4 games there.
Do you not think West Ham away? Do you not think? Paquetá back and at it? No?
Nah.
Okay. Fairs.
Nah. You know what? This might sound weird. I'd almost have more faith if it was at Anfield, because it's a big pitch, and I just feel that Liverpool will exploit the space. It's a big pitch. Maybe if it was at a tighter ground, West Ham's defence can stay compact, etc. Maybe there. But okay, let's say 4.5. Yeah. Sure. Let's have a look at Arsenal. Are we saying Brighton away? Are we hoping that Brighton are going to do something there?
If it was Liverpool, I'd probably be more interested. But no, Arsenal would be too much for them, I think.
I agree. Villa at home. I think we got a hope. I know it's at home, but we still got a hope, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Chelsea at home. I know it's Chelsea, but again, we got a hope.
Spurs away is the one I'm most interested in, I think.
Spurs away and United away.
Yeah,
really for Arsenal, it's just Tottenham and United for me. They should be beating everyone else, but we will throw Villa and Chelsea in there.
And that United game, I'm pretty sure will be United's last game at Old Trafford this season. So it's their last home game. Obviously, the big rivalry with United Arsenal, maybe there'll be that added context. If like Arsenal are, it's like a must-win for them in like the title race. Maybe United want to have their final say on the matter. I don't know. Maybe that's me adding some storyline, but yeah.
Yeah, so they've got 4. We'll say 4. We'll say Villa, Chelsea, Tottenham, United, although Chelsea's very generous. If you look at City then, we've got this Villa game. I know Palace is going to be tough, but I'm not throwing that in there in terms of a big game. I'm not being funny, right? If you can't beat Palace away,
exactly.
When you're literally chasing and doing everything possible, then it's just embarrassing. Brighton away, again, it's a tough one, but it's similar to the Arsenal situation. You got to win that game, and then for me, it's just a Tottenham one, really.
Yeah, maybe Fulham away. They can sometimes be tricky if they're on it.
I think they'll be on the beaches though. At that point, second to last game of the season for Fulham. You not think they'll be on the beaches?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. But yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Obviously the biggest one there is Spurs away, a ground where we're still yet to score a Premier League goal at. That is going to be the trickiest one. Yeah. So maybe actually on paper, maybe we've got a slightly favourable running compared to the other two.
I think we do. And you know what else as well about this, is that providing we don't fall off, which I don't think we will, but providing we don't fall off, we're going to be there until the end.
Yes.
When we lost the league to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool last time, we kind of knew by March or February time that we lost the league.
By December, to be honest. I think we were 20 points behind or something.
It was kind of easy to take in the end because we were we're just waiting for them to win it, and then they won it with no fans. It made it easy. But this time it's not going to be like that because you're still going to have hope going into May that Tottenham and Villa can do something against Liverpool, that Tottenham and United can do something against Arsenal. So we have to do our business, and to be honest with you, I've titled the stream nine win streak needed. I genuinely believe that the only way we can win this Premier League is if we win 9 out of 9. Now, here's the thing. I think we can win 9 out of 9. We have to improve. We have to be better. But if we win 9 out of 9, I think we might do it, bro. Do you think we can do it? And do you think we need to win 9 out of 9 to do it?
Sorry, can you just bring that table up again? How many points would we have if we won? So if we got 27 points.
Okay, so how many games we got left? 9.
So we'd have 91 points. We'd end it with, is that right?
Bro.
My maths mathing?
Yeah, 91 points we'd end up with.
Yeah, I think that, yes. I think 91 points probably does win you the title. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Liverpool, have Liverpool got 9 left as well? They have, haven't they? So
yeah,
let's say
does.
Liverpool get, should we do, how many, should we do 8 wins and a draw?
Yes, I don't. That's not going to be enough though.
So so what do we need?
Well, we need them to lose, and there'd be a goal difference swing, or we need them to draw twice.
Okay, so 7. Yeah, so 7. What would 7 wins, 2 losses? Oh, so 7 wins, 2 draws. Would that be enough?
So, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be 23 points. That'll put them on 90 points.
Fucking hell. Shit, we really do need to need 9 out of 9, don't we?
Yeah, well, yeah, and this is the reality. And again, I think that's being generous, thinking that Liverpool will drop points in 2 different games. Is it maybe more likely that they'll slip up in a game you don't even think they slip up in and maybe lose, and then maybe there's a goal difference swing? I don't know. I don't think there will be a goal difference swing. I think if anything, Liverpool's goal difference will improve compared to ours from now to the end of the season. But you see the difficulty of the situation that we're in, and the fact there's only 9 games left, and it's not even like in previous seasons where, like in the 11-12 season, for example, there were 8 games left and we were 8 points behind Man United. And it's like, well, that's never going to happen. But the difference was 3 of those points were in our hands because we played United. So we knew that was immediately going to be like a 6-point swing. But we don't have that privilege now. We don't play Liverpool. We don't play Arsenal. Liverpool and Arsenal don't play each other. So it makes it even trickier. And add the context that there's not just one team, there's 2. And add the context that we haven't even been playing that well this season. So we're saying how, yeah, we need to win 9 in a row. How many have we won in a row in the Premier League this season? Like, what is our record so far? Because we've not been anywhere close to hitting those heights, I feel like.
Maybe 5 or 6, I think we won in the Premier League.
Yeah. So we'd have to do something. We would have to click now, like immediately, now. Yeah. And we would need luck to go in our favour as well, because just because you're the better side doesn't mean you'll win. Like I remember Forest last season, the 1-1, ridiculous. Should have won that 5-0, ended up being 1-1. So we need to click. We'd look to be on our side in terms of our own fixtures. We need our 2 opponents to underperform, and we probably need luck to go against them as well. It's a lot of factors which add up, and that's why I came up with like the 10% chance of City winning the title. It's very, very unlikely from a realistic perspective. It's not over. Never say die. Never say over.
So Liverpool draw 2 games. Yeah. And we win all our games.
Then we win. Assuming Arsenal also draw.
Okay, Arsenal. What do we need from Arsenal?
We just need if we're assuming we win all our games, we just need Arsenal to drop points in 1 game.
A draw would be enough.
Yes.
Ah, fucking. See, I feel like this is what I mean. This is why it's annoying, because I feel like it is doable, but we genuinely do have to win every game. Yes. I think Liverpool. What about if Liverpool lose 1 game?
Then it relies on a goal difference swing. It goes down to goal difference at that point, which isn't impossible.
Yes, it's just we kind of hope that Liverpool don't smack up Sheffield United this weekend.
Exactly.
On Wednesday.
And we would have to start doing something which we haven't done all season, i.e., battering opponents in scoreline. Like what's our biggest scoreline this season? Is it by 2 goals in the Premier League?
No, it was Bournemouth won it 6-1.
6-1. I think that's the only time we've done that, really. Normally, I feel like we have a couple of 5-0s or
People talk about Luton away in the cup, but Luton done a madness in that game. Like they didn't play like a league game. They just full sent it because it was a cup match.
And we aren't going to batter Luton at the Etihad. I mean, Burnley was the game. Sheffield United was the game. Were the games at home, and we only got 2. We only got like a +2 in goal difference in those games. Those are games where really you've got to look at improving your goal difference. And now it's at the stage where you look at the games we've got. We're not going to batter Villa. We're not going to batter Palace. Probably not going to batter Luton, who are a good team.
Luton's the one, though, that you have to target, isn't it? You have to target Luton.
Yeah, of those ones, it's certainly the easiest fixture. But at maximum, we're going to win that. Like, if we're being very, very generous, let's say 5-0. So we're not going to beat any of the other teams by +3 goals. All the other ones, they're either away or they're at home and they're quite a good team. So maximum, it's 1 or 2, isn't it? Realistically.
Okay, so Liverpool draw 2 games. We won all our games. We win.
And we win the title.
We win by a point.
If Arsenal also drop 2 points.
Yeah, providing Arsenal do it. If Liverpool lose 1 game.
Yes.
And what happens then? That's a goal difference.
Goal difference. If we win all our games, yes.
Okay, interesting. Arsenal, we just need them to drop points. We just need them to draw a game.
Yeah, one draw or a loss would be enough there, yes.
Yeah. I feel like it's possible, man. I do, but we have to win them all.
It is possible, and I'm sure if we win all our games, I'm pretty sure we win the title, because I can see Liverpool dropping 4 points, 3 to 4 points. I don't know if I can see them dropping 6 or 5. I think that's where I start to think about where are the points being dropped, but outside of some like really big, like massive lapses in luck for Liverpool. I don't think that's being pessimistic. I think that's just being realistic. You've got to look at how Liverpool have been performing this season. They get wins when they probably don't deserve to get them, but they still get them, so it's irrelevant.
Do you think that? Do you think that we need to kind of just go all out attack now, given the fact that draws are dead for us now? Yeah, like top 4's in the bag. Yeah, we've got top 4. Draws, like we drop any more points, we're basically done. I feel like we kind of just got to go all out attack. Like just full send, like a mad attacking lineup, like with structure. Like obviously not like we did at Chelsea away. Like and maybe we could try and build a team on the tactical pad now to sort of like see, but. I feel like, given the fact that draws, like we draw a game in like December against a decent team, then it's like, it is what it is. Like the Palace draw, like it wasn't ideal, but it's like, it's in December, mate. So like, it's you can look back at the end of the season and say, oh, that cost you, but you've still got 5 months of football to play. Whereas now, if we get a draw against Villa, a draw against Palace, the league is over. It's done, lads. I'm not going to be sitting here saying, oh, but if we win the next 8, no, it's done. So I kind of feel like we're in almost a weird like pressure on but pressure off scenario where it's literally just like you've just got to go out and just full send it and just attack.
Yeah, and look, I think you're right. We're 3rd in the table, so by those metrics, we are the 3rd favourites. We're certainly not the favourites. Just going off something like Opta, for example. I took a screenshot of where we're at now. That according to Opta, Liverpool are the favourites, and they've got a 47% chance of winning the title. According to Opta, we're second favourites with a 34% chance of winning the title. So yeah, you might as well sort of. Again, not go for it and then just like throw caution to the wind. But we have been a little bit blunt in our attack this season. So maybe if we are going to do that and experiment a bit more, maybe now is the time to do that. Maybe it is time to throw caution to the wind, just be like, right, let's just get Doku into those central zones where he can just charge out the defense, and we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll win the second balls.
Just go fuck it type thing, and just say just full send it.
Exactly, and maybe lean into maybe we should actually do what Liverpool have done all this season. Maybe lean into the chaos and go, right, well, we've got Haaland and De Bruyne and Doku and Foden. Shall we just like go for it and just like try to play a bit more chaotic? Now, whether that will work, will that backfire? I don't know, but it's almost like we're in a sort of like, you don't really have that much to lose situation, and you've got to sort of go for it.
There's no point in fucking sitting here going, oh, we need to be We need to be controlling. We need to do this. We need to do that. Because, yeah, you can be controlling, but we're controlling yesterday and didn't win. You know what I mean? So
Control without penetration is nothing.
yeah, facts, man. Facts. Pray along. No, not
Yeah, big
laughing at
upside.
it. It is actually now we are praying for United, unfortunately. Right, let's try and maybe build an 11 then. Listen, again, we don't want to be stupid here, chat. When we're building this 11, I want you to get your thoughts in the chat on this as well. When we're building this 11 here, this isn't 90th minute of the game, you need a goal, otherwise you've lost the league. This is controlled, attacking, constant pressure. Yeah? That's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to be stupid. It's not like we're going to put 11 strikers on the pitch type thing. We're going to try and actually do this proper. Before I do, big up to MMC, says Pepper's lost his tactical and coaching mojo this season, says MMC. Well, there's a time to get it back if that is true, and that's right now. Mohammed says, drop KDB, play Foden in the mid, bring KDB on in the last 30. Okay, we'll discuss that when we build the team, Mohammed. And big up to Danny, says, win 9 on the trot and we win the league. Narrative. Yeah. Well, it is a narrative, but I'm full sending it because it's the only narrative I've got right now. Otherwise, I've just got to accept we're not going to win it, bro, and I'm not ready to do that just yet. Right, okay, so let's just whack Edison in there. Let's just assume that he's back. He might not be back for Villa, but let's just assume he's back in here. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, yeah, I don't want Kyle Walker playing in this team.
Big up.
Now, let me explain to the chat before anyone thinks I'm being negative on Kyle Walker. If we're building a team to win the match, you have to have a certain element of risk. Yeah? Otherwise, you might as well play Walker. You might as well play Kovacic, Rodri. Yeah, you might as well stick on all your most defensive-minded players, right? You've got to have an element of risk attached to the starting 11 if you go in for a more attacking option. For me, Akanji is much more equipped to play out from the back and get the ball into the attacking options, into midfield, down the line, switch pass, or drive into midfield himself. Yeah? These are risky moves, but he can do it. Kyle Walker's not that well equipped to it. Now, obviously, in the Champions League, yeah, he might not even be fit based off of what I've been told. But if he is fit for Real Madrid, yeah, I'm bringing him back in for Real Madrid because that's not the same situation. But for me personally, in the league now, because we need wins, and I'm sort of accepting the slight risk in the defence in terms of his pace, which he's not even really used to his advantage this year anyway, I'm going to Kanji right back. Do you agree, chat? Do you agree, Nobbins? Thoughts?
Yeah, if it's a case of a Akanji over Walker, it's not even a question for me. I've been a big Akanji advocate this season. He's probably been our best defender this season. In our best team, Akanji starts. Wherever you play him, he starts 100%.
Right, sound. Next up, Diaz.
Yep.
Next up, Stones.
Yep.
Next up, Ake.
Probably.
Yeah, we don't want to go too crazy. If you've got a Gavardio on the left hand side, and you've got Akanji on the right, maybe it's a bit too aggressive, and that does allow. I know we don't like it, but that does allow maybe Akanji to step in, and again, we don't like it fully. Or Stones to step in, and then obviously you got your back three, and if you go into a back three, you'd rather have Ake there than Gavardio. So for me, I'd run that, but if you want Gavardio, then fair dues. Right, midfield, this is where it's going to get interesting. Yeah? Because I think we're going to have a disagreement.
Oh my God.
Matheus Nunes must play in the 6th position.
Crazy. Crazy.
Okay, Rodri there. However, there is something that I don't know, man.
Oh. Look at him. This is what Pep has done to my boy, LB.
Can I tell you what I was going to say? And then you can tell me why I'm wrong.
Of course you can, mate.
Right, let's just stick Haaland in first of all, because it always makes it easy when you stick him in. Right, this is what I was going to say, right? And then I want you to cook me. This is what I was going to say.
Sure.
De Bruyne? Yeah, feel free to cook me. Feel free to cook me.
How dare you play Kevin De Bruyne? Disgusted. Unsubscribed.
Cook me. Cook me. Cook me. Why am I playing forward and right wing when it's been our best position in the middle? Cook me. Go on. Cook me. I know you're going to cook me. It's fine. I accept it.
No. There's nothing wrong with playing Foden out wide. That's not an issue.
So you would be happy with that, would you?
The only issue with playing Foden out wide is when you don't let him drift inwards and you just basically tell him, you are staying out wide, you are doing nothing else other than being a touchline winger. But you wouldn't do that. So I'm not against that as a concept, no. What
Okay.
may I propose? If the notion is to go for a very offensive team,
Offensive, but not stupid. Like, we can't be, you know what I mean?
no, I get you, I get you, yeah. May I propose that we do the formation, which Pepper's done on occasion this season. The idea of that formation is to pin the opposition back totally and suffocate them to the point where we're still being incredibly attacking and controlling, but and yes, it's a bit more risky, but the risk is destroyed by the idea that we are pinning the opposition back. I propose, I did a video on this on my YouTube channel, we should field the 2-3-5 formation. So back two, this is with the ball, back two would be Diaz and Ake. Now, the issue with that formation is that your wide players inevitably become fullbacks. This is not how we're going to do it. We're going to do it how we played it at the start against Everton, which could have worked as didn't think we had right players on the pitch. Akanji and Stones push up alongside Rodri. So that's the midfield three.
Like a 3-man there, yeah?
There you go. And the back two is Diaz Ake.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now, and the rest of the team is fine. So it's the two. Yeah. So you've got actual wingers out wide, in Grealish / Doku / Bernardo / Foden, whoever. So what that does is it pins the opposition back. So it makes the counterattacks less likely because they're starting from a deeper position. It also means that we are able to commit more offensive bodies forwards. And if it still gives us that control. Now, is it riskier to play this than another formation? Yes. But if we're starting from the point of we need to go out and not only win, but win well and win quickly, then I think this could be it. And you don't have to play Doku. You can still play Grealish. You could definitely still have it so that, you play Foden in Bernardo's position, or you drop De Bruyne maybe and play Foden there, and you bring on Doku, etc. But that would be nice, I think. I'd personally have Foden in the middle because...
Well, can I just say something? On this formation, you know what, right? Could you not just do this?
Oh. No.
Why?
Because without the ball, you'd be leaving Rodri alone, unless you are willing to risk Foden / De Bruyne sitting alongside Rodri without the ball.
Yeah, but you've got Stones and Akanji here, innit?
No, I mean without the ball. So when we go back to a 4-4-2, one of Foden, whoever's in that midfield, one of them needs to sit alongside Rodri. So you're either trusting Foden to do that job, of which he's only done it once this season against RB Leipzig, or you have Bernardo in there, or you have Kovacic in there, or Nunez in there.
Can De Bruyne do that?
I don't know if I'd trust... He has done it in the past, but I don't know if he's necessarily physically that player anymore off the ball.
Yeah.
So that's... But hey, if we're full sending, then play Foden in the midfield off the ball. If the point is that we're trying to suffocate the opposition and it's irrelevant, then you can do that. So in the chat said pressing a 4-3-3. That's another option, to be fair. But again, we've only really done that once this season. I just wonder whether that's a likely scenario.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Rico Lewis. Could we throw Rico Lewis in there? Well, the thing is, you wouldn't really throw Rico Lewis in there if you got Akanji and Stones fit. Like, if Akanji or Stones wasn't fit, I'd 100%. I'd play Akanji in the middle and play Rico right back, and I'd happily do that. But there's kind of no need to play him if you've got Stones fit, which you'd imagine that he's almost fit, given the fact he was on the bench yesterday.
I'm going to back this team. Let me tell you why. I know I just said that it doesn't really work because if we go to the 4-4-2 press, so without the ball now, so if we move Grealish back to left midfield, Bernardo to right midfield, and then we put Haaland left striker, De Bruyne right striker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Rodri, but Foden there, yeah. Now, you look at that and you go, right, well, Foden pressing in the midfield off the ball, we haven't really done it this season. But again, in my Foden De Bruyne video, start of the season, Alvarez played where Foden did. Against Chelsea, it didn't work, but Pep played Alvarez there, a striker in the position Foden is in right now, in that double pivot. So he thinks that Alvarez can do that job. Therefore, I would conclude that Foden can do that job. Because Foden's much better defensively than a striker. I don't care what anyone says on that. I think a midfielder is better defensively than a striker. So if we're full sending it, and again, no disrespect to our opponents, but for the most part, we play relatively weaker opposition, you know, compared to playing like an Arsenal, Liverpool, etc. That can work, definitely. Massive risk. But if we're starting from a point of we're just going to go for it, that I would like to see that team. I think that would be really fun, interesting. Look, it's still got some control in it because you've still got Bernardo and Grealish on the pitch. We've also got really direct forward-thinking players. Rodri, Foden, De Bruyne, Stones, Haaland. Defensive solidity in Ake, Akanji, Diaz. Edison is Edison. That is a good team, man.
Can I ask you a question? Because the chat are asking. Would Stones push into midfield here, so you still get your sort of Stones, Rodri, and then Foden and De Bruyne? So you still kind of getting your box midfield, which people
exactly. This is with the ball. It's the exact same team as last season when we won the treble. The difference is we've replaced Gundogan with Foden, who obviously are not the same sort of player, but in terms of system and setup, that would be how it would work. And again, is that as balanced? No. But our starting position is we're not looking for perfect balance right now. We are looking for being more forward thinking.
Exactly. We're looking for a lean towards the attack.
Yeah, leaning into the chaos. And that could work. And it would still be controlled on the ball because, again, you've got Stones, you've got Rodri, you've got Grealish, you've got Bernardo. We're not full sending it by playing Alvarez in midfield and Doku instead of Jack Grealish. It's still very measured. I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah. No, listen, for me, this is probably the team I'd go for now in the Premier League. Obviously, Ake might not be out. It might be injured, so you're going to have to play Gvardiol. That'll be
fine.
okay. That'll be all right.
That's chill.
Yeah, I'm kind of chill with that. You know, I think it's fine. I think we just have to go for it. You know what I mean? And if we end up getting caught on the counter, we get caught on the transition. So be it. At least we're going down fighting. You know what I mean? Yeah, we at the end of the day, we have to go for it now. We have to go. We have to win every game with also one eye on potential goal difference. Although I just feel that like if we go for it, we should do our target really should be 9 wins and then just see where the goal difference ends up. If you find yourself 2 or 3-0 up after 20 minutes, 30 minutes against a Luton or someone, then maybe go for the goal difference. But I've said this for years, mate. Like goal difference, the goal difference is done in the first 25 games. Yeah.
I agree.
When you get into the late game, last 5, 6, 7, 8 games, it's too late, man. And I say this all the time. You know, Istanbul was the perfect example of that. Liverpool were 3-0 up, and they needed goals because of the goal difference. So they just kept on full sending it against Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace came back and drew 3-3.
Even in the 11-12 team, like I distinctly remember, it got to the point where we overtook United, and there were like 4 games left. United played Swansea at home, and they won 1-0 in the end, but they scored the first goal like early on. Then Scholes scored the goal, and he immediately went to go pick up the ball out the back of the net as if to say, right, let's go get some more because we're behind on goal difference. But it's too little too late by then, and you can't impact the goal difference that quickly at that later stage. You're absolutely right. You've got to do it. You've got to do your goal difference work early on, naturally. And we didn't.
It comes naturally. That's what it does. You can't.
It's hard to artificially inflate it and try to intentionally do it.
Yeah. Factual information. Guys, keep your comments coming in, man. I'm interested to see what you guys are saying. ALX says Grealish and Bernardo too slow wingers for an attacking team, in my opinion. Thoughts on that, LBins? Too slow.
They were pretty good last season. You know, I thought, you know, in terms of our treble winning team, they were our main wingers, and we attacked pretty well. I never looked at that going, oh gosh, we're so slow. I looked at that and went, this is brilliant. And it works. I don't think the wingers are an issue.
I've got a potential concern with this
team. Oh my God.
That I'd like you to address. So let's put ourselves in a position where we've pinned the opposition back. And chat, I want your thoughts on this, right? So you got Grealish up here, De Bruyne holding the width. Foden would be around this position, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
Stones inverts into midfield.
Yeah.
In this sort of area, maybe. Rodri obviously here, and then where would Akanji go here? Sort of there.
Yeah, I mean, probably further behind because he's in the back three slash. It depends if we're doing the 2-3 or the 3-2. Both work.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's kind of irrelevant for me anyway. That's not part of the
Okay.
not part of my problem. So you got sort of Foden there. Yeah, you got them two there chilling. Okay, so Haaland's in the box, right? The ball is here with De Bruyne. The ball comes to Bernardo. De Bruyne makes that run where he runs down here. Bernardo gives him the ball back. My problem is, does this system give us enough bodies in the box?
Well, it's the same system as last season.
But Gundogan always got in the box. Gundogan always made runs. I always find that Foden's always late. He's always like on the edge of the box, so he's always late getting into the box. And Grealish will never get into that. The only time I think he's done it is last year against Wolves in the first minute. Like, does this system give us enough players in the box? Because that for me recently has been poor. Like the amount of times we cross the ball in, and it is just no one at the front post. Like Haaland will always be chilling at the back post. The ball will always get whipped in at the near post, and there's no one ever there.
I think it definitely can though. Like Foden is a very good box crasher, so if you tell him to do that, then yeah, I don't see that.
Him then. You have to tell him to do it then.
Obviously, yeah. I don't think he's really being told to do it that much this season, to be fair. But yeah, if the onus is now to do that, there's no reason why he can't just tell Foden. Because again, he's naturally, if we think of like the 2020-21 season, for example, he would naturally crash the box from out wide. So it's definitely a tendency he's used to and can do, and is very good at doing.
A couple of people in the chat saying, what about Alvarez? Alvarez would get in the box. He's a striker. And he is a striker. He would get in the box. But the problem is, if you play him, who are you dropping?
Well, you're dropping. The only answer is De Bruyne.
Yeah, you're not going to do that, yeah.
Yeah, no. So, I don't think it makes sense to play out Alvarez. It's Alvarez or De Bruyne.
Yeah.
It's not Alvarez or Foden. That's a non-starter. It's Alvarez or De Bruyne.
Yeah, I can't drop De Bruyne, guys.
And I'm not dropping De Bruyne because, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, he's got some. I think for me, there's a couple of things. Number one, he's got to go to a team that is leaning towards attack over control. Now, I don't want to see Chelsea away style because that was just ridiculous. You still got to have a bit of control, like the system that we just built there, but you've got to lean towards the attack because you've got to win the football matches now. So that's a huge point as well. And another thing is, I think he needs to find a team and stick with it. Someone put a great comment in the chat before. Says, we're now in April. No one knows what our best team is. No one knows the system that we're playing. No one knows the formation. No one knows what players to play. Now, I'll give you the fact we've had some injuries. Yeah, we've had some injuries throughout the season. But surely we should know now. Like, we know that what we maybe want, but we should know really this is the team that Pep's going to play next game. And we don't really know the team. And even if we did know the team, you don't really know how he's going to play the players, like what sort of system. So find a system that gives us a little bit of control, but gives us that attacking intent and attacking advantage because we need it, because we need to be winning football matches. But also pick an 11 and stick with it. And for me, he needs to stick with that for the rest of the season in the Premier League. Champions League's different, of course, because it's a different style of game, especially when you face Real Madrid. But we need to pick a team and stick with it for me.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, injuries have happened this season. I've sympathy with that. I've sympathy with the fact that he didn't get the transfers he wanted. We didn't get Bellingham. We didn't get Rice. We didn't get Paquetá due to one reason or another. But for me, that's only a slight excuse because sometimes the players have been there and they haven't been used. They just haven't been used. I do think our best team would probably be basically what we had last season. The only difference is that you swap out Gundogan for Foden / Bernardo. If you swap him out for Bernardo, then you just play Foden where Bernardo was. But we've not seen that enough this season. Yeah, sure, injuries have happened, but again, I think that's a bit too much of an excuse for him. And yeah, and it's a worry that we've not really seen those players on the pitch often enough. There is a world where we see that team from now to the end of the season, and there's a world where they're just going to dominate, but we can't really afford to slip up. Again, like that team is our treble winning team. The only difference is you got Foden for Gundogan. If you're worried about Foden in the middle, you can play Bernardo there, or Kovacic there and Nunes there, and pop Foden out.
No.
On the
Because
right.
for me, in that situation, you're going too much for control.
Sure, and I agree. I want Foden in the middle because at this point we just need to go for it.
That's why before when I put Foden on the wing, I knew I was making a mistake.
That's fairs.
I was just naturally, because Pep's conditioned me into playing him on the wing. That's what I naturally went for. I think you've got to go for this now. I think you've got to go for this formation, this system on the screen here. This is what I would go for.
Yeah, it's risky. It is weak in the midfield off the ball relative to what it could be.
Transitional play could be an issue.
Exactly, yeah.
Through the middle.
But if we're starting from the point of we just need to go for it and we need an offensive team which still works, whether it's optimal or not, it works off and on the ball. I don't think we're going to find a better one than this. You could definitely make an argument to make it the 2-3, in which case you just pop Gvardiol or whoever next to, so Rodri in the middle, and then
it would probably be a Kanji, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. In which case that pins them back even more. And again, that suffocates them even more. It's riskier, yes, but it's risk versus reward at this point. And we've been struggling going forwards. Maybe the solution is to just pop off and go for it, as you say. Because we have been a bit too blunt this season. And I think it'll be a big summer transfer window.
I agree. And something else I want to say, is can players start shooting a little bit more, please? Yeah, Bernardo Silva got into a position yesterday on the left-hand side. Yeah, where was he? He was about here. Yeah, on his left foot. He's left-footed. And he tried passing it. Bro, just shoot the fucking ball, man. Stop trying to walk it in. You know what I mean? Now, I'm all game for you to stop shooting from here. Yeah, Kyle Walker. Yeah, I'm all game for that. But when you're in here and you're in the box, just fucking put your foot through it, man. I feel like maybe you can kind of tell that the team is like lacking a little bit of confidence and lacking a little bit of self-belief, because they're almost trying to play perfect football to get the perfect goal. Well, football's not like that. I mean, if you look at the games that we've lost this season, half of them have been deflections. Like, football's not perfect. You know what I mean? And sometimes you've got to put your foot through it, man.
You might get second balls as well.
Yeah, exactly. So start shooting a little bit more. And yeah, but listen, it's going to be interesting, man, because like I say, we do need to win all 9 games. I think we win all 9 games, I think we'll win the league. But this next game on Wednesday against Villa, I mean, I can't remember a team that done that to us at Villa Park. They absolutely just fucked us. Like, the whole game, I can't remember a team that played with that much aggression, with that much speed, with that much
and to be fair, we didn't play a midfielder in midfield that day.
No, that's true, but
that was crazy.
Still, yeah, no, that was wild, but still, like, don't take nothing away from Villa.
No, they were brilliant.
They absolutely cooked us, man, and
destroyed us. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, he ended up taking Foden off as well, didn't he? And put Oscar Bob on. Oscar Bob, any shout for Oscar Bob in this system at all? I mean, surely you could just, if Grealish ain't doing it. I mean, Grealish got a bit of a talking to yesterday, but I don't think he was getting told off. Sounds like a child, but I don't think he was getting told off by Pep yesterday. I think Pep was just, because there was a moment, I don't know if you've seen it towards the end of the game, in like the 85th minute, Grealish was sort of like here.
Yeah.
And Haaland was making a run there.
Yes.
And Grealish could have popped the ball through to him, and he didn't.
Exactly.
I think that's what he was saying. But I've said, I think Grealish now to the end of the season, he's not got any leeway. He needs to fucking perform, mate, because we need him to perform, because we need everyone to perform. And if he doesn't perform, then Oscar Bob stood there.
Exactly. I can maybe see a world where, again, if we're trying to full send it, there is a world where we just shove De Bruyne out to the right wing, where Bernardo currently is, and we just say, right, your only job is to put in crosses and try to threaten with like those half space crosses and right sided crosses. In which case, I could see De Bruyne popped out wide, and then like genuinely like maybe Oscar Bob, where De Bruyne currently is, because he's another brilliant central player who's really good in the pockets. I could actually see that as a potential strategy. So it means you've got 3 different threats there from your forwards. You've got De Bruyne on the right, who is, as I say, popping in those really good crosses, or hopefully those really good crosses into Haaland. You've got Foden and Bob, your pocket players, who just work brilliantly under pressure. and in between the lines. And then you've got Jack Grealish on the left, who knows when to speed up and slow down the game and attracts other players. And then when he does that, he can pop it out to a Rodri who can then take a long shot from distance. That could be another strategy, maybe.
Whew. Jeez. Pressure's on, isn't it?
Yeah. Look. It's crunch time. It is how much do you want to win the title? To be honest, because they'll know much more than us. They'll have had this conversation and be like, right, guys, we've got to win every game now. So they'll know that they need to go for it. They'll know they need to be more attacking. Try to sometimes kill games off in the second half. And also we've got a big fixture list, so try to kill games off early, and then rest and rotate, etc. Yeah, they'll know much more than us, and they will not want to lose this title. I don't agree with like people saying, "Oh, City complacent." No. These guys are warriors. These guys are winners. They will be very annoyed that they are not winning the league, and they will take it as like a personal slight. It's like, do you remember Diaz in that in like the documentary preview when he was like, and now they think we're tired. They think we don't want it. It's like these guys have got a elite mentality that I don't buy complacency. They will want to win more than any of us.
I agree. I think Wednesday night for me, I mean, we'll know obviously we have to win, like we have to win anyway, but I think the performance that we see on Wednesday will tell me whether these guys are up for the fight, whether you're right, because I believe that you're right, and I believe that the players will be in the training ground today saying, come on lads, fucking come on, like we need to pick it up, and you know, they need to fucking, when they're training, you know what I mean, like full intensity, and they need to be fully there and shit. But I think Wednesday night for me, obviously I'm going to assume that we win, because if we don't win, then the league's good done anyway. So with the assumption that we win, the performance that we see, the aggression, the passion, because I don't know if you feel it as well, but like for me, I'm looking at Rodri as like, he's constantly giving me those vibes.
Who? Sorry,
Rodri. He's constantly giving me those vibes, like where he's sprinting around. He's like literally trying to do everything. The guy looks like he's about to die at the end of every football match.
At the end of the game yesterday, he literally, he literally just like fell over onto his back like this. Like he just couldn't believe that he hadn't won.
He's doing it. But I've got to say, some of the other players maybe don't look like they're doing it. Some of the other players, and this is the time where it's like, you know, the time for talking's done. You know what I mean? Bernardo Silva coming out in the interview saying, "Oh well, we're not favourites anymore." Right? Well, let's see if you actually want to win this league. Let's see on Wednesday. Let's see on Wednesday, man. If you're not sprinting, if at the end of the match you all don't fall to your feet and you're lying on your back or whatever, or you're lying on your front because you're absolutely knackered, then you clearly don't want it. That's just the way I see it. And if they don't, no problem. Listen, they've won 3 in a row, and well, not no problem, but I understand it to a certain degree. You know, sometimes you do lose your hunger, but it's up to the players. You know, this is why I think we need like the key players for me, like Rodri and Diaz, because these are the guys who always look like they're trying to get the players up for it. And if them two can get together and be like, right, let's pick this team up, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. Tinsei says Bob, Haaland, Alvarez, Foden, Silva, Rodri. Says Tinsei.
That's too far the other way, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's like, that's a 90th minute.
Yeah, that's like there's 5 minutes left. We need a goal. Just full send it. Bring on Alvarez. Bring on Doku.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's 93 20 seconds. For me personally, Watkins is injured apparently. Yeah, I did see when he got off. Is he still not fit? Yeah, he got subbed off the other day with an injury. I don't know if is he not fit.
If that's true, that's big.
That is big. And they've been a bit weird, haven't they, Villa? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you watch them in the mint, sometimes they watch them and they're absolutely awful.
Yeah,
so.
They had that period where they battered us, then beat Arsenal, and then a few weeks later, like, I know it's a cup game, but like Chelsea pumped them at Villa Park. Yeah, weird. Yeah. You don't know which one's going to turn up.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Right, cool. Anything else you want to speak about, Bray?
I think we covered it, to be fair. Again, never say never, never say die. City have done it before. There is a world in which they can do it again. But as we've discussed, we have to be borderline perfect, if not perfect. And we need a little bit of luck to go in our favour from a City, Liverpool and Arsenal perspective.
Yeah. I've convinced myself that we can win the league. But the downside is we have to win every game for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I'm pretty confident if we win all our games, I'm pretty confident we win the title. That's 91 points. It would be obscene for any team to win 9. So I think you're right. If we win all 9, I think we will win the league. Yeah.
The maddest thing is as well, like, it's just rapid football, isn't it? Which I don't know if it's good or bad. I think it's probably good, isn't it? I think it's
probably good, yeah, because it means that if like this game, for example, they don't have to wait until the weekend, they go, right, we can right that wrong. Boom, Aston Villa. Now is the chance to again put a marker down. Go, no, we're still fighting for this title, as Kevin Keegan once said. Yeah, I think it's probably better for the players just go right next game, not think about it and just next doesn't matter the competition, next game, etc.
Do you risk John Stones on Wednesday?
I
mean, he was on the bench. So he must be. I know he didn't come on, so he's clearly not. He's not that fit, but he must be fit enough if he's on the bench.
If he's on the bench, he must be fit. Otherwise, why would he be there? So why not?
Full send it.
If the medical staff have cleared him, he's on the bench. He must be fine. He's only gonna. He needs to get sharpness before like the Real Madrid game's coming up. Don't know when that is. Is that next week? I don't know. It feels like it's soon. We need him for that game. Yeah, do it. And Villa are good. We probably need him. Then we missed him yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. Right, cool. Well, Wednesday it is. Jeez, that's going to be a big one. Yeah, listen, guys, let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below if you're watching this back on the replay. If you're watching live, please make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribed. Make sure you subscribe to the second channel, More LB, and of course, subscribe to LBins. The link's in the description, guys. Get subscribed there. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I do have a little panel show, little cheeky panel show tomorrow night about 7:30, and then I'm going to do a watch along as well tomorrow. I think I'm going to watch West Ham Newcastle. Although I am feeling proper ill. I've been ill yesterday. I've been ill today. So on the proviso that I don't get any worse. If I do get worse, then I'll probably chalk one of those streams. But hopefully I'll be better tomorrow. Right, I'll leave it there, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.